Alright, so the plan for today is I have a high carbon railroad spike. I want to create an axe tomahawk kind of thing out of it. I'm making this for myself, so I want it to be kind of a lightweight multi-tool option. So I think what I've decided to do, instead of pointing the non-blade side as a tomahawk might be, I'm going to try to make an axe with a hammering surface. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to kind of play this one by ear. But what I'll do is I'll kind of take the grinder and take this edge off here and turn that into a flat hammer type area. And then my hope is I can go ahead and bring this point back to about here, I think. Upset this to widen this area here for the axe head. I'm going to either split it and bend it in two directions to get my width, or if I can upset it enough, I might do it that way. And then I'm going to take some 01 steel and I'll weld that in as the blade surface. Forge weld that in as the blade surface, so I'm going to try to do that. I'll probably split with a wedge the handle area. I'll have to build a tool to form that. I think I'm going to go, I don't know if I'm going to go round or more of an oval shape, but that's the plan. Try to turn that into an axe. Axe and hammer, I think that'll be the most useful thing to carry for right now. Alright, I just kind of roughed in that hammerhead that I was talking about with a grinder, so it's flat now. I think it'll make a good hammerhead. We'll clean it up once we get done with the forging and everything. Make it look nice. Alright, waiting for everything to heat up. I got a axle part off of a half shaft. It's actually high carbon steel, but I'm going to shape that to form the eye. Use it as a punch to form the eye. And I'm heating the railroad spike up now to upset the end, try to make that fatter on the point. So we'll see how it goes. Spike is looking. Looks good enough to start. So I'm just going to try to upset that end gently. A little bit. See how this thing is doing. Let me get started on this. So again, the point here is literally a point. I'm going to taper that off to a point so I can use that for a punch. So we're getting there. So again, I'm trying to get this as much steel as I can back here. This thing's coming along pretty good. Put a little point on it and see what we do from there. Alright, so I got my punch, I think, where I want it to be. I'm not certain I want a round eye in the end of that, but we'll leave it like this for now, and then if I need to, I can make it oval. So we'll let that cool. Finish my upsetting of that spike. We're almost here with the spike. You can see we gotta push back, I think, as far as I want. I just want to straighten it up a little bit. A little bit distorted. Of course, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so hopefully this is a good idea. But I certainly did what I planned on doing, and that's moving that steel back. We got quite a bit of change in width, which I really wanted this way, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. I think I'm going to split this with the cutoff and fold those pieces out. And then I'll split that again the other way, and that's where I'll insert the O2 steel. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I decided to split it with the cutoff tool. I don't think I want it right in the middle. I think I want to leave more on the bottom. Like I said, I wanted to have a bit of a curve. Wanted to have a bit of a curve towards the bottom, so I think I'm going to split offset just a little. I think that's what I want right there. I hope so anyway. I don't think I want to split much farther. I don't think. So I'll see about opening that up. Alright, I can bend that on the edge of the anvil. Got it nice and hot. I'm thinking if I hit it right there, I can open this up. Open anyway. And I think that's maybe what I wanted. Oh, I got a bit of a buckle up here I didn't expect. Well, it's not as clean as I wanted it to be, but I think I'm getting close. I think I'll heat it one more time and then see where I am from there. Alright, so I took a piece of 1/2 inch 01 stock and I flattened it out, put a little bit of a taper so one side's narrower than the other. Flatten it out about 2 inches or so. I'll nip that off and I'll make that as, I will try to weld that in as the blade. That's the plan anyway. I'm not exactly happy with what's going on with the spike. I split this offset, but I got a bit of a fold here. I'm not sure if I can bring that back. That's what I'm trying to do. But just not having a whole lot of luck with it. Alright, glutton for punishment. Decided I'm going to split the channel for the insert using my cutoff tool rather than the cutoff grinder. I hope this doesn't prove to be a mistake. But we're about to find out here, aren't we? No, I'm not going straight. I'm going to go ahead and cut it with the grinder. Not going to take a chance with it. Alright, what I did is I took the grinder and just gave myself a line to follow in there, and I'll finish it up with the cutoff. this side. Alright, I'm going to try to fit these pieces together a little bit just to give them a rough fit. Make sure everything's the right size, where I want it to be. There it is. I hope. We're going to find out, aren't we? I hope. So we got all of that to weld together. I think we'll be alright. Alright, so I've had nearly zero luck forge welding yet. So I spent some time and really cleaned that steel up, so that I'm hoping to get a good bite on that first heat, along with some help from some flux. We'll see what happens. Alright, this thing's coming up to temperature. I think it's getting pretty damn close. And I know I don't have a lot of time to mess around, so let's hope this goes well. Let's hope this goes well. You can see it just starting to sputter a little. That looks good. That looks really good. It's not bad. I think that's starting to weld. It'll be one of a few times I've had that happen alright so far. Get some more flux on it. Bring it up one more time. Boy, I hope that works. That'll be awesome. It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much to go too far with the heat. Dang hot. Melt my camera, but I'm trying to show the borax just bubbling, trying to get it to bubble. Alright, I'm going to try cleaning up the main body of the axe head here a little bit. I got the blade kind of in there the way I want, but I got to get this body ready to be shaped. Alright, I'm working on cutting that eye. Do this at a bit of an angle so you can see. I got myself a chisel and I'm just working my way through here, trying to keep that straight. So got it started there, halfway through maybe. Alright, I got the eye through. So I think I'm going to try putting the punch in there and see what happens. I want it to just stay nice and hot before I do. And I got my punch ready to go. So I forged it to a point and I took the grinder to try to clean it up and make it as smooth as possible. So I think that'll work. I'm going to try to punch it through the hardy hole. Never done this before, but I hope it works okay. We will give it a go. See what we end up with. Just a little bit at a time. I think we'll be alright. I might want to get a little higher. Alright, I'm hoping this is going to be the one that gets through. I hope. Yeah. It's getting there. It's getting there. We just got to keep straightening the damn thing up here. Alright, put it on the grinder and give it a little shape. I'm all twisted and turned and distorted and cracked and bent over, and I need to get this thing cleaned up because it's looking good, but it's looking bad too. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do, but I want to get everything straightened up and see where I can go from there. So, looks like an axe head. Alright, there it is. It's the rough end. I think it's good enough to clean up on the grinder now and shape it up the rest of the way. I hope. Those little cracks you see there are just steel left over and not something that's going to fail. So we'll find out with use. Alright, we put some time on the grinder and brushed it down, cleaned it up a little. It's kind of good. Not perfect. Far from perfect, actually. But not too bad for the first try. I'm a little scared that these welds, you can see I got that line here and I got one on the other side. I'd be afraid this will not hold up well, but we'll beat the crap out of it to find out. It'll be a good learning exercise. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and harden it and temper it up, clean it up, polish it up, get a handle on it. Railroad spike hatchet. Slowly getting up the temperature for hardening. Get my oil ready. Make it happen. Alright, we got it up to temperature. Mind it doesn't stick in any way. Ouch. Got my hand up though, didn't it? So we will go ahead and punch it. Blade's the most important part. So here we go. There it is. We'll clean it up, polish it up, and then I'm going to try to, after I have it all polished and ready to go, I'm going to try to temper it and color it with the temper here. I kind of like that purple, blue, yellow kind of look, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, we got her polished up. Good enough for me anyway. Probably could have spent a little more time on it, but it's pretty sharp, and I haven't even put it on the honing stone yet. For what I'm trying to do anyway. Alright, so what I want to do now is I want to temper it. I want gold here, I want it softer back here. So I'm going to try something. I hope it works. When I put this in the fire to heat it up to harden it, I had already polished it up quite a bit, and I saw the colors come in, and they look really cool. So I'm going to try to just set it in the fire like this and hope that I can see my blue climbing up. Once I do, I'll grab the thing and drop it in the oil, and hopefully it'll work. We're going to find out. So I've never tried it this way, but we're going to. So I got my forge here. It's kind of winding down. Got the oil ready, and I got something to grab it with. So I guess we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I'll put this in just like that. Watch those dang colors, and as soon as I see them moving, I'm going to pull the sucker out of there. So I hope I get what I'm looking for with this. I don't see the colors yet. I might have to reorient it or something, because I don't want it to get too dark on the bottom. I don't want any heat out here though. So I'm going to just stick this in here somehow, lift it up. There we go. Let's see if we can see some good color on the heel. I think that's where I want it to stop. Oh yeah, it looks good over there. Lock that son of a bitch in. Lock it in and see what we end up with. Alright, well it took a couple tries, but I got the color I was looking for, I think. At least some color. So I pulled out the lathe. This piece of, I think it's maple or something hard like maple. And we'll make ourselves a little handle. Alright, there it is. Nice lightweight, but it does have enough weight to do some business. I'm not sure if I'm happy with it, but considering it started as a railroad spike, and now it's an axe, and I didn't remove any steel. It's all there still. Actually, I added steel by welding in the front blade. Yeah, I'll see how it chops. Alright. Let's try the little axe out. I think I got a kind of a convex grind on here, so it's not a great, cut up some firewood kind of axe. I mean, it does the job. Plus, it's a little axe. Again, the idea that I had was to come up with a tool to help, use it in your hand like this, even without a handle. Have a hammer if you need to drive stakes into the ground, like that. And then more of a bushcraft tool, like if you need to shape some wood. This does a good job of it. If you're doing some shelter building or something like that. This does a pretty good job of that. And like I said, use it as a tool, hand tool too. So the idea, I think, is have a sheath and so you wear it like a knife. Alright, something light. If you needed to, you just use this tool and just kind of get in there as a hand tool. If you're whittling or something like that on smaller pieces, and you get a lot of force with that. Also the hammering ability. and you can simply find a stick if you wanted to. And have an axe.